What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Reddit Red. I hope all you extroverts aren't going too stir crazy while we all remain in quarantine, and I hope all my fellow introverts out there are relaxing, or as I like to call it, business as usual, baby. On this episode, we're going to be going over a few stories from the subreddit entitled Parents. Let's get right into the posts. This one was posted by Fletcher365, and it's titled, Entitled Parent Takes Chicken from Old Lady. I work in a grocery store, and due to the virus panic, things have been a little hectic. I was talking to my aunt about this when she told me she had witnessed something at a store. An old lady had picked up a raw chicken. This happened to be the last one since shops are extremely low on stock due to idiots panic buying. Another lady saw this and walked over to her and took the chicken right out of her arms. Her excuse? I have kids. The old woman then said, well, if you think you need it more than me, then take it. It's just awful. Man, I don't mean to sound like a doomer, but I will say that this whole pandemic has shed a light on some definite problem behavior that some of us humans have. This one was posted by II the Legend, and it's titled, EM Fights Over 2 Items in the Express Line. Backstory. My dad had a few things at a Walmart, but he had 2 things over the limit, which is always fine because he did it before, but it didn't work this time. The cast. Me. 10-year-old me. D. The best fucking dad ever. EB. Entitled bitch. So, we're finishing up shopping for a few items, and we went in the express line, as I said before. He only had 2 items over the limit. We get in line behind 2 other people, and behind us was an entitled Karen with at least 10 items over the limit, complaining about the line she was in, yada yada yada. We waited, and the first person was almost done. Karen got off the phone, and then she looked at how much stuff we had, and well, this is how it went. EB. Excuse me. D. Yes? EB. Don't you have too much stuff to be in the express line? D. It's just 2 extra things. Without noticing her cart. A minute went by and I looked at her cart and saw she had a lot more. And being the dumbass I was, I said, you have way too much stuff to be in this line. EB. So? It's just a few extra. Making fun of my dad. I got heated because she made fun of my father. And I told him what she said. He turned around, tried to talk, but she said, what now, bald ass? At this point, I was so mad. I pushed her cart away from the back of me. Bad move. And she just rammed the cart into me. I started bawling because she rammed the cart into me, making me fall face first. Of course, she starts with the, he assaulted me first type shit. In came the manager, who was luckily a witness. He came up to us and asked what happened. My dad tried to talk, but she cut him off with all these lies. Then the manager heard mine and my dad's stories. She got kicked out with the police behind her. And she got a ticket, I heard, for assault. Okay, I'll admit, just as OP has admitted, bad move with the cart push. But for the adult to then push the cart back into the kid? In what world does that seem okay? But I guess that's why these people end up in stories posted on the internet. It's not for their great tales of maturity and understanding. This next one was posted by Tis But a Scratch 5, and it's titled, Entitled Aunt at My House. So my aunt has always been entitled, and her son and daughter are no different. The son is 8 and the daughter is 6. So this was in the summer, and my aunt and 2 cousins decided to come visit. I decided to just go to my room and play on my Xbox so I don't have to deal with them. I was playing for about 45 minutes when my cousin, the boy, came in and asked what I was playing. I replied that I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and he asked if he could play. I said that the game is for bigger kids and that he might see something bad. He starts demanding that he plays, and I said that I don't want him here and to go downstairs. He does so with a smirk on his face. Not even 2 minutes later, I get another knock on my door, and my aunt storms in, yelling at me to let her son play. When I say no, she takes the Xbox and smashes it on the ground. Then she yells that if her son can't have it, nobody can. I scream at her to get the fuck out. My mom and dad come in the room and see the broken Xbox on the ground and see my aunt fuming. My dad grabs her arm, puts it behind her back, and leads her out the door. My parents were pissed. And then they threatened my aunt that they would call the cops if she didn't give them the money for the Xbox. My aunt reluctantly gave the money through PayPal, and I got a new Xbox. My parents had to buy me a new copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 because we didn't know it broke until after my aunt had given us money for the Xbox. My parents completely cut contact with her, and we haven't heard from her since. Yikes, it actually sounds like her son was more mature than her, At least he didn't smash the Xbox. Glad your parents removed that toxicity from your life. This next one was posted by user Pipoca Quemada, and it's titled, "You look too big to be 9 years old." So, I posted a few stories before, but this one was when I was 9. The cast: me, MS, my heroic older sister, ED, the entitled dad, NF, my nice friend. So, I was visiting my family in Curitiba, Brazil for summer. My nice friend moved there recently, so my mom decided to let me and my sister spend a day with her. We went to the playground of a restaurant, and my sister was looking after us while my friend's mom was getting us ice cream. We ran around for a while, then decided to go on the swings. The sign said children under 10 only, so we were good. Not 2 minutes after that, entitled dad comes up to me and asks, disclaimer from the OP, this was in Portuguese, so they tried to translate as best they could. Entitled dad: "Hey child, do you know how to read?" I know I was young, but he said it as though I didn't understand the language. Me: yes? Entitled dad: "Good. Can you tell me what that sign says?" As he pointed to the under 10 sign that I previously mentioned. Me: "No children allowed under 10. Entitled dad: "Yeah, that means you have to leave." Now, although I was very tall as a child and looked 12, I was only 9 and very confused. Me: "No, I'm 9, so I could stay." Entitled dad: "Look here, kid. I tried to be nice, but now I'll have to use force. My angel wants to go on that swing." Obviously, I burst into tears since I didn't know what was happening. My sister comes over to see what was going on, and I tell her what happened. My sister: excuse me, sir. Can you leave her alone, please?" Entitled dad: "Oh my God, no wonder your kid is a brat. Her mother is just 16 and probably doesn't know who the father is." My sister: "Excuse me?" My sister often doesn't raise her voice, so this was a first. Entitled dad: "It's true. You're a mother at 16 and you'll probably never accomplish anything in your life." His logic obviously didn't make any sense since I was 9 and she was 16, an age difference of 7 years, so he thinks my sister supposedly had me at 7? My sister, now losing her mind: "I am not her mother. This is my sister, and I will ask you only one more time to leave." Entitled dad: "Whatever," racial slur, "we are leaving." Of course he was not happy with my sister, but she is very intimidating, so they just walked away staring at us. After that, we had ice cream and told everything to my nice friend's mom. Man, I can't even begin to connect the dots on this guy's thought process. Glad your sister stood up for you and that guy left without escalating it further though. And on that note, guys, we reached the end of the video. Thank you so much if you stuck around this long, and a special shout out to all the OPs for letting me read their stories. Links will be in the description below. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode of Reddit Red. Bye!